think, I think we should get back together.
Why?
What?
Why? Give me one good reason why. No, you know what? Screw that. No, Mike, my answer is no.
No. You mean you don't want me to take you back? Because I'm serious about this, Amanda. You should really think about this.
Think about what, Mike? That you're a childish, self-centered asshole? Mike, take me back, please. Look, you're drunk, okay? And we're over, so why don't you just walk away now and save yourself the embarrassment?
Oh, yeah? Yeah, well, you're the one, Amanda, who's gonna be embarrassed. Who's gonna want you now?
Somebody.
Somebody. More like nobody.
Gosh, Mike, you really got me there.
It is Thursday, April 28th, 2016, and this is Johnny Knows Best. I'm your host, Jonathan Mays. How you doing? Thank you for clicking on my podcast. Thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll share it after you're done listening. This should be a pretty good episode today. If it's not a good episode, then I don't know what to tell you. It's not like you had to pay any money to listen to it, so no harm, no foul. And if you started listening and you already say, well, I don't know if this is going to be good, it's too late now. You already started playing it. You might as well follow through and finish listening to the whole thing. But today, this is going to be episode 22. I'm very proud of that, by the way, that I've done 22 of these. But I'm going to try out a new format today. And it's not going to be something I do every week. Maybe I only do like once a month or a couple times a month. But I'm going to call this the $5 movie bin review, where every time I do one of these episodes like this is basically going to be me reviewing a movie out of the $5 bin at Walmart, which I know a lot of you shop and buy movies from the $5 bin, and sometimes you may wonder, like, what kind of movie should I get or out the $5 bin. But this is just going to be a non-spoiler review of me reviewing different movies out of the $5 bin. So next time you go and you might hear about a movie that I talk about on this show, on this podcast, on a particular episode, and you might, maybe I may make you want to buy that movie or whatever, or make you not want to buy that movie and make you choose something else. So I think this will be helpful to a lot of people who are shopping for movies and don't know what kind of movies to get, because I'm a movie guy. As you may know by now, you should know that by now, but if you don't know, now you know. I love watching movies. I watch movies all the time. That's pretty much all I do in my free time is watch movies, and now I do this podcast too now. But I'm a very serious movie watcher, and so yeah, I'm going to try to do that at least a couple of times a month, maybe more than a couple of times a month. It depends on, how good this episode does, how good episodes like this does. I'm going to try out a whole bunch of different formats where I will talk about TV shows and talk about seasons of certain shows and talk about movies out of the theater. But I wanted to do one where I just reviewed a movie straight up out of the $5 bin at Walmart. So, an old movie, but something that, because a lot of people, they shop out of the $5 bin. That's why I wanted to do it. So I think it'll be very useful to somebody. That being said, I wanted to pick something out of the $5 bin, a movie completely at random, not just something that I just wanted to see, something that maybe necessarily I hadn't seen, but just any movie completely out at random out of the $5 bin, and then that's the movie I was going to talk about. So last night, while I was at Walmart, I picked a movie completely at random, like I didn't look, and the movie that I picked up was Can't Hardly Wait. That's the movie that we're going to be talking about today, or that I'm going to be talking about, you're going to be listening to, is Can't Hardly Wait. This movie actually came out in 1998. It is an old-ass movie. It's almost 20 years old. In 2 years, it will be 20 years old since this movie was made. It's a very, very... You can tell it came out in 1998 because it's so 90s. There's so many things that remind you of the 90s when you watch this movie. And I had seen this movie a few times before, but like I said, I wanted to pick a movie completely at random, no matter what it was, no matter if I had seen it a bunch of times, or even if it's something I didn't really like. No matter what it was, I was going to pick it up, buy it. By the way, it wasn't even $5. You know, I said the $5 bin because that just sounds better, but it was really only like $3 and something for this movie that came out, 18 years ago? $3. Not a bad deal, I don't think, for this particular movie anyway. So I picked it up, I bought it, and I watched it. Just got done watching it actually before I started recording this episode. So it's fresh, and I want it to be fresh in my mind so I can give you my honest opinion of Can't Hardly Wait. This is going to be non-spoilers for people that haven't seen this. And if you haven't seen Can't Hardly Wait, it came out like 18 years ago. How in the hell haven't you seen this movie? I know there's going to be people that haven't seen it, though. There are a lot of people that haven't seen a lot of movies that came out 20 years ago. Maybe that's just weird to me because I watch every damn thing that comes out, whether I want to or not. But, I don't know. I had seen this a bunch of times, but I hadn't seen it recently. It's probably been over 10 or 15 years since the last time I watched it, so it wasn't fresh in my mind, so it was good for me to watch this again, and I can give my honest opinion of it. So that, yeah, I'm going to just give a non-spoiler review. I'm going to not give any key plot points or tell you how the movie ends or anything like that. In case you haven't seen it and you want to go see it, you want to go to your local Walmart and look for this movie, because I'm sure it's probably in $5 bins in Walmart or at the dollar store or Fred's or Big Lots. This movie is pretty old, so I imagine you can find it in lots of different places. And if you can't find it anywhere, like I say, I always order it through Amazon. You can find any movie on Amazon. Order it, you might pay a little bit more. You might pay $5 instead of what I paid. I only paid like less than $4 for this movie, but you might have to pay $5 on Amazon for it. But I think it's worth it if you can't find it and you just want to watch it. But anyway, I'm gonna get into my review for the movie, and I'm gonna try not to give anything away. It's not like it's that serious of a movie anyway, to where if somebody told you what would happen, it would ruin whether or not you want to go see it. It's not like that. It's not like Star Wars or anything, or the Avengers or anything like that. It's a little comedy, PG-13 comedy. You don't really see a lot of those come out nowadays. You got a lot of PG-13 movies that come out, but most of the really successful comedies that are coming out in 2016 are rated R, or kind of raunchy. And it was good to just watch a old 90s PG-13 movie where you can only say one fuck. We get to say the F word one time, or you have a lot of suggestive language, but it's PG-13. I like to think of Can't Hardly Wait. I like to think of this movie, Can't Hardly Wait, as the PG-13 American Pie. That's basically what it is. Same premise, same story. It's just American Pie, but it's PG-13, basically. So I highly recommend you go see that if you haven't watched American Pie. Like, where have you been for the last 20 years? You definitely need to go see that. So watch Can't Hardly Wait and then watch American Pie. And you can tell me it's basically the same movie, but just with different people. And American Pie is a lot more like racy and raunchy, I think. You see lots of nudity and you see the F word is dropped several times in American Pie, and there's a lot of stuff going on there. But yeah, I think that's a good comparison. It's basically the PG-13 American Pie. That being said, I like this movie. I haven't seen it, like I said, in over 15 years. But if you want to really know my honest opinion of it, I like it. I think it still holds up over time. It's kind of dated because it came out in the 90s. There's a lot of 90s references. Like, I couldn't remember exactly when this movie came out. I knew it came out in the 90s. I didn't know exactly when, though. But then one thing that made me get a better idea of when it came out is towards the beginning of the movie, there's some characters that reference Biggie Smalls. They reference his death, and one of the characters says, Notorious B.I.G., rest in peace. So, that happened in 1997, so I figured 98, 99, that's what I figured out. Then I went back and Googled it and looked, and, yeah, so it's a very 90s movie, a lot of 90s references, and a lot of 90s things that come up in this movie. But overall, I think it really holds up over time. It's a really good comedy. Something. It's not like really raunchy. Like I said, it's PG-13. It's something you can watch with your kids if you have children. I think one character is PG-13, so the F word only comes up one time, and it's not said in a very demeaning way or anything. And there's nothing really explicit. Probably my podcast that you're listening to right now is more explicit than this movie. It's very, 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 what is the word? It's very, very tame movie for a teenage comedy. Because usually teenage comedies are kind of raunchy. The successful ones, anyway, like American Pie. Or, oh man, what's the other movie that came out? Not Another Teen Movie, which actually was rated R too, but actually was kind of a parody of this movie, and it parodied a lot of different movies, but one of the movies that it parodied was this movie, Can't Hardly Wait. And yeah, I'm so old, I can vaguely remember when this came out in the movie theaters back in 98. I vaguely remember. I remember the trailer for it. I remember, I know I didn't go see it in the movie theater. I think I saw it, had to be the first time I saw it, was either on cable or on VHS, I think. Probably VHS, because back in 98, 99, those were good old Blockbuster days when you go to Blockbuster Video on Friday night and you get 5 movies for $5 and you get the new release. Man, I miss that time. I miss being able to go to Blockbuster or Movie Gallery. Some of y'all had Hollywood Video, but yeah, it's a bygone era, man. That's just gone now. Now you got is digital movies or movies that you can download off the internet. Or, you got Redbox or Netflix, and that's really all you got now. You don't